Good afternoon guys, welcome back to The Regular Runner. My name's Matt and this is Becky. And somewhat unusually for us, it's Friday afternoon. We don't usually record on Friday afternoons. We took the day off today because today is the 29th of August and it is the day of the summer edition of the Mid-Cheshire 5k. I entered this race earlier in the year. In fact, we both entered the race. Yeah. We were kind of putting our necks out a little bit. I've been a little bit nervous about this race all along because I feel like this one is a serious one. Every other race we do, I feel like I can have a little bit of fun with them and it's not too much of an issue. But this one, in my head, I've put myself under pressure a little bit. Becky won't actually be running today. After being diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, she sold her place to a friend of a friend. So she's going to be filming today, so chief videographer. I am. I'm still running, and my currently predicted time, or the time that I put down on my entry form, is 24 minutes. In fact, actually, I'm going to make a correction there. When I signed up, my entry time on the form was 24 minutes 30, but I beat that at Heaton Park a couple of months ago. So when the email came out last week saying, do you want to update it? I did, and I've now put 24 minutes as my predicted finish time. I don't actually know at this point whether I can run that. Ever since the Blackpool Run the Lights 10k, sorry, am I keeping you awake?
Sorry.
Ever since the Blackpool Run the Lights 10k, I've been suffering with a little bit of a niggle in my foot. I think it's capsulitis of the toe, and I've been resting my foot basically. I've done one run since last Monday. So we went on holiday to Wales last week. We did a park run while we were over there, Greenfield Valley, so that'll be coming up to the channel soon if it's not already out. And I also did a run on the night that we arrived, just an easy 4 miles up and down the golf course there. In fact, no, it was 4 kilometers, not 4 miles. Yeah, so I just did an easy 4 kilometers up and down the golf course there, and I was suffering a little bit with my foot. It was a little bit tender, a little bit sore, and so I decided while we were on holiday, we were going to be walking a lot anyway, so I decided to just give the foot a rest. Unfortunately, a few life things have gotten in the way since we got back, and I haven't really been able to run since we got back either. So this will be my first run since park run at the weekend, so that's 6 days. Training's not been the best the last couple of weeks. Hopefully the fitness was already there even before that, and you know, I've already banked the training. You know, the last 2 weeks, realistically, I've probably only missed one solid session, and the rest would have been tapering off anyway. Plus, I was due a deload week the week that we're on holiday, so it wouldn't have been that intensive, anything that I did do. So, fingers crossed, the fitness is still there and the fitness is fine. Sod's law though, I did wake up this morning feeling like I weighed about 300 kilos, just because you get race nerves, don't you? And you start thinking about everything. And I woke up and I was sat there on the bed this morning thinking, wow, I feel really heavy today. And it's probably just me getting in my own head, but we'll see how it goes. I'll get a decent warm-up done, get some drills and strides done, and hopefully get the race shoes on, and things will flow nicely. And we can't say that I haven't tapered because I've barely run for 2 weeks. So yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well. We're going to keep an eye out for a couple of other YouTubers that are there. We know the 2 Running Brooms are there, and I also believe Tim Gross is there as well from Power of 10 fame. So we'll keep an eye out for those and see if we can get them on camera, say hello to them. It is going to be busy though, so I can't guarantee, but Becky is going to be filming from the side of the course, and if we do manage to spot them in the footage, we'll make sure that we point them out, and you never know, we might throw the footage their way as well in case they want to stick it in their video. Ultimate goal, the A goal, would be a time starting with a 23. That would be really nice. and that will be it for my fast racing this year, because then I'll be getting into half marathon training. In fact, we'll both be hopefully starting to build up for that. Becky is running the Manchester Half Marathon as well. She's going to be raising money for an animal sanctuary in Bury called Bleakholt Animal Sanctuary. I'll stick a link to her fundraising page down in the description below. If you would consider sponsoring her, that would be amazing. We'd really appreciate it. If there's any animal lovers in your life that you think might be interested in finding out about the story of Bleakholt Animal Sanctuary, please pass on the link. If they could see themselves to sponsoring it, that would be really appreciated too.
Yeah.
So, we're currently sat in traffic. Apparently there's 53 minutes to go, and it's 16:37 at the moment, so that'll have us arriving at bang on 5:30, which is when the car parks are due to open. I do like to get there nice and early so that I can sort my number out on my shirt. I am going to be wearing my Bury AC vest today. There will be a number of other Bury AC athletes running this race. It's one of the big ones that our club does tend to push for. I've not really thought too hard about strategies, but I think what I'm going to try and do is aim for about 450 per kilometre for the first 3k, and if I'm feeling good, I'll try and pick up in the last 2, and I think that should get me to around a 24-minute time. If I can pick up to about 4:45 to 4:40 per kilometre in the last 2k, I think that'll get me around about 24 minutes. So that's my plan. That being said, I'm only going to have my watch set with pace on the screen for the first kilometre. So I'm going to have pace on the screen in the first K, and then I'm going to switch pacing off, and I'm just going to race it. I've got a screen set up. I was talking about potentially just putting a useless field up, something that wasn't really going to have any use to me while I'm running, and I was going to put vertical ratio on the screen. So even if I looked at my watch, I wouldn't get anything of any use to me. I have since decided that actually I'm going to have distance, so I at least know when I'm coming in towards the final kilometre, 500 metres, I at least know I can start winding the pace up. There will be lap alerts on my watch, but I'm going to try and not look at them too much. I'm just going to try and race the people around me. The only reason I'm keeping pace on for the first K is so that I can settle into a pace and find who around me is running at similar paces, and I'm just going to try and race those people. I've never done it before, don't know if it's going to pay off. It might go horribly wrong, I might surprise myself, I don't really know. But what I don't want is to be looking at my watch and seeing 4:40 per kilometre and going, oh, I'm going too fast, I can't run this fast, I'm going to have to slow down. I'm just going to focus on the person ahead of me and just see how far I can take it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think that's my best chance of getting a good time today, so fingers crossed it pays off. I won't know when I pass the line whether I've hit my target. I mean, I'll know shortly afterwards once I save the run on my watch, but I won't know at the time. So, yeah, there might be a delayed celebration. Right, I'm going to switch the camera off. We're going to get ourselves over to Kingsley so we can get ourselves parked up. This traffic is not looking great. It's not looking like it's going to help us, but fingers crossed we get there. And yeah, we'll try and get a little bit of footage near the start, see if we can spot a couple of familiar faces. And yeah, it's race time. So after a little bit of confusion coming into the car park, we are finally parked up. Yeah, we followed a sign into the car park, and then there's an arrow that points round a concrete circle thing, so we went round there, and then someone said, oh, you're not supposed to come that way. No, I just followed the arrow. Anyway, I can see Race HQ just ahead of us, so I'm gonna go and get my number, and then we've got a little bit of time to prepare and get ready. So Becky's gonna try and find a spot. So the way the route goes is you set off at the bottom left of the course as you look at it on a map. You run across, up, round that way, back down to near the start, and then you run another kilometre this way. So we're going to try and get Becky set up somewhere in the middle there, so she'll see us near the start and she'll see us again near the end. So you'll have to forgive my very poor map description there. Hopefully it'll make more sense when you see it on a map. Yeah, so we're going to go and get the numbers sorted out, then we'll go and find a place where Becky can set up camp for filming, and then I will think about doing a warm-up, get my race shoes on, get my number on my bib, get my number on my vest I should say, get the cameras sorted out on my head, and then yeah, it'll be go time. Yeah, a little bit nervous about this one, don't know how it's going to go.
You'll do great.
Yeah. Trust the training, that's what I need to do,
Yes.
trust the process.
There he is, off to pick his race number up.
Cheers. There's my number. Right, so as you've just seen, I've got my number. I've stuck it on my vest. I don't have my vest on yet because it's only 6:05. The race doesn't start till 7:15. I've just had a walk up from the start line, so the start line is that way and the finish line is over there. So there's about, you run past this finish line twice. And we found a spot so that Becky can set up with the camera. She's going to record from a fixed point. It's about 500 metres from the start and also 500 metres from the end. So she should see everybody go past twice. What I'll do, I'll probably put the full video that Becky records up just as a raw uncut video of the race footage. I'll probably just cut out the bit in the middle between the last runners going past near the beginning and the first runners coming through towards the end, so that there isn't just a big gap in the middle. But I'll put that up pretty much unedited. But also I'll try and sync the clips up from my head cam so that I can put a picture in picture so you can see the race from my point of view, and at the same time you'll be able to see the race from Becky's point of view. And you should be able to see the leaders coming through probably when I'm like a third of the way around my first lap. So no, I'll be optimistic. I'll be about halfway around when they come through, if not a little bit further. We did on the way here drive round a portion of the route. Oh, look how dark that is. We did drive round a portion of the route from 2k up to about 4k. It's not flat, there is a hill in there, but the last 2k looks to be more or less downhill. So as long as I manage that effort from 2k to 4k, 2k to 3k, then 3k to 5k should be nice and quick. So I'm going to put the camera away now because people are warming up as they come past us, and I don't want to accidentally clock somebody in the head with a camera because they won't appreciate it. Right. This will be the last time you see me on this camera now until the start of the race. So, wish me luck. I'm not going to be looking at my watch on the way around, and if I do, it's only going to be for time, not time, distance. I will not be looking at time or pace. I just want to know when I'm near the end. Right, fingers crossed, let's get to it.
Have a great day. Enjoy it. This is fun, remember. Take your time. Have a good run. Take your time. Take your time. Have a good run. Remember, it goes downhill fast first mile. Slow in the first mile, the race is gone. Take control. No rush to get to the start line. Get timing. Don't start it yet. Have a good run, everybody. See you at the finish line. Have a good run, winner. Well done, winners. Well done, winners. Chelsea Poor. Have a great run, everybody.
Thank you. Hold on a sec.
I'm a mess. Oh Jesus. I think we did it. I'll get my breath back and catch up with Becky. I'll give you the lowdown.
Well, how did you do?
So on my watch, I'm still falling over. About 23:40.
There we go. Told you you'd do well.
Yeah, the goal was 24. The race set off really hot. It was, I think the first kilometre was 4:22, and then the second kilometre I think I still did 4:30. That was a perfect positive split, I think. The first mile was really quick going down the hill, and then you turn left and go up the hill, and yeah, my stomach was screaming at me. I was feeling dizzy. There was a couple of points where I slowed down just a little bit to get my breath back for 20-30 seconds or so, and then sped back up. But I did end up leaving pace on my watch. I didn't switch it off in the end, but I just tried not to look at it very much. I honestly didn't know what pace I was running for the last kilometre and a half. I had no idea. I was just running as hard as I could and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And then about 200 metres from the end, I saw my coach at the side of the road, and he screamed out to me and said, "Matt, I want you to take one more place." So I put my foot down, and I think I took 5 or 6 more people on the running. And yeah, 23:40, sub 24, done.
Amazing. Would you do it again?
No. not for another 12 months. Not a chance. It was horrible. So I've just had the official result through. It wasn't a 23:40, it was a 23:35, so I got an extra 5 seconds for free. But thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're new here, give us a subscribe. It really does help us to reach more people. Let us know in the comments if you liked this. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Bye-bye.
Bye.